Morning everyone, John from TPX Planning back with another anti-guru. And in my eternal search of man versus guru, I come across a lot on the old social media. I come across an awful lot, to be fair. And my guru target for today, I won't name, and I never name names, but my guru target for today has been popping up recently in feeds offering planning advice, and I've chuckled to myself at some of the answers. The point of the rant for today is know who you're talking to. Okay, now actually, when you're taking advice from anyone, and I apologize for the light, we're getting things sorted out in the shed. The point of this is know who you're talking to, or importantly, know the credentials behind the person that you are talking to. All right. The reason for that is that when you take advice from someone, when you take advice from anyone, you are imparting a level of trust, a level of knowledge, a level of authority on that person. They take responsibility for the advice that you give. Now, we're always very clear that when we get things wrong, we hold our hands up and we say, we know we're wrong. Okay, we've got it wrong. But when you take advice from someone on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or any of the social media channels, you are imparting a level of knowledge and understanding upon that person that might otherwise not be justified. Now, as you know, at the Anti-Guru, we're all about challenging beliefs and challenging ideas and challenging the defined wisdom. Okay, that's what we're all about. And so what I want to challenge today is an important principle, which is that if someone holds themselves up as an expert, you need to check to see whether or not they actually are. The lighting in this room today is absolutely awful. I've just fitted a new light and it's casting light everywhere, which is not making life easier. The approach you should take is check their credentials. Now, chartered town planners have a sequence of credentials. They normally have an undergraduate degree, a postgraduate degree, and a sequence of 5 initials, which start either M or F or L. Fellow of the Royal Town Planning Institute, member of the Royal Town Planning Institute, or legal member of the Royal Town Planning Institute if they're a solicitor. Those guys have got the credentials necessary to give planning advice. The Town Planning Institute has been the standard bearer for planning advice, planning guidance, for planning education and knowledge for the last 100 years. It's a bit less than 100 years. We've had proper town planning since 1947, and the Institute was formed shortly after. The people on Facebook who don't have those credentials aren't qualified, i.e. aren't qualified in the same way. Now, some might say that qualification can be gained by experience. That's the second credential you want to check. So not only has the person got the right initials, but what about the next qualification? What experience do they have? Have they done what you're being told to do? Actually, that's a really, really important thing to understand. When we give advice, and I'm going to always flip it 2 ways. When we give advice, we're giving advice based on something we've done, okay? Based on an experience that we've had. We've been there and we've done it, and we've learned from it, and this is the learning from it. When others give advice, sometimes it's based on theoretical knowledge. So otherwise we would call that book learning. The problem with book learning is it doesn't give you the practical application. Right? Now, we often find this with planning assistants in council. They've just gone through a scheme of education, the planning degree, and they are then being asked to execute some planning applications, and they don't know what to do. They've got the theoretical knowledge, but they haven't got any of the practical application, and they both are critical. So that's the second way to validate the expert, the guru that is giving you advice. The third way to validate the guru is by checking their previous case history. What cases have they worked on? What was their success rating? How did those cases work out? What learnings have they taken from them? Now, we know our success rating at TPX. We monitor it constantly. It's floating around 90% at the moment. We've had a little bit of a dip recently. And those cases that we've had a dip on are ones where they were 50-50s. And we do have to take some 50-50s every once in a while. Sorry, Eeyore mug for today. Being a bit of an old grump. But we're honest about that. We tell people what our success rating is, and we're able to substantiate it. No one is 100% successful in planning. That's impossible. The only way you can be 100% successful is by taking the least risk. And all planning applications are a risk. There's always some flex in the system. The other thing you can look at is what case history have they got? Right? How many cases have they worked on? Are they on their first one? Are they on many? Are they being self-managed? Are they managed by others? The final thing I would want anyone to check with a guru is if they're giving you advice that informs a purchase. And this is really, really important. I've seen this go horrendously wrong. So if they are giving advice that informs the purchase of a building, okay, or the purchase of some land, or the purchase of anything, then that advice is part of your purchase decision. If that advice is wrong, then your purchase decision was not based on appropriate basis. Now, this is really quite important. I recently dealt with a lovely guy over in Bristol, again, will remain nameless. But his purchase decision was based on a piece of advice from a solicitor, and that solicitor said, there are no covenants, there's no controlling mechanism on this land. Right? It had a planning permission, but there are no legal covenants. What it transpired was that the check for legal covenants had not been carried out. The solicitor made an assumption that because it had planning permission, then actually the planning permission overrode every covenant. That doesn't happen. Unfortunately, the solicitor's insurance cover didn't support a claim by that guy against the solicitor for giving poor advice. The upshot being that a quite substantial purchase decision was made based on that advice. And based on that advice, this guy, who's a lovely guy, is now trying to release a piece of land in order to develop it. Because if he can't develop it, then his purchase decision was all based on an incorrect assumption. Sad, but true. But that's the importance of getting the credentials of your expert in check. Now, as with all things, I never say something and then don't do it myself. So, if you want to know about town planning experts' history, you can go onto our website, we publish it. Go to Our Story, Success Stories. It's in there on the TPX website. If you want the up-to-date percentages for our success rate, then you just ask for them and we'll give it to you. If you want to see our histories, if you want to see what we've done in the past as planners, then go to Our Story, Your Consultants. You'll see it in the drop down there. All of our profiles are there, including everything we've done. it's all there for you. And of course, being RTPI Chartered Town Planners, we are required to carry the correct insurance, and we do so. If you ever need the details, we'll give it to you. Very, very simple. Credentials. Really, really important. Have a great day, everyone. That's been a bit of a rant. I will see you all tomorrow for another video. This has been an Anti-Guru. I'm being a bit jumpy today, which is a bit rubbish. Sorry about that. Back to normal service tomorrow. Eeyore mug, obviously. Get me down. This has been an Anti-Guru. Have a great day, and I'll see you very soon.